Hello, this is Lolly, and I have a project I want to do with heat transfer vinyl. Now I have these pouches that I got from the Target dollar spot. They were $1, and this is an older product from Target. They don't have these anymore. So, however, if you keep an eye on the Target dollar spot, you will often find bags such as this that you can put heat transfer vinyl on. Especially now with the summer months, they have some other canvas bags and totes that you might be able to use. So this is the pouch, and it has this cute little tag. It says BFF. I love it, and I have chosen some heat transfer vinyl in this color. And I will put my friend's name on the back, and then I don't have to worry about it interfering with the colors of the dots here. You could put some vinyl on here, but then you'd be going over the glitter, and I just think that the pattern sometimes interferes with your ability to see the words. So let's go to my Silhouette Design Studio, and let's create something to put on this bag. Oops, first, let's look at this. I don't want this to go up, the image to go too high up, because then I'm dealing with seams and double canvas there. So same thing in here. I've got some seams, so let's go between those seams and say the widest I could do would be about 4 and 4 by 4.5. Another thing you could do is make one of those press pillows to go inside there. So 4 by 4.5 is the biggest I can go. Okay, here I am in Silhouette Design Studio. Now, some of the features on mine might be a little different than yours because I have the business edition. I upgraded to the designer edition and then to the business edition. So I have a blank canvas here, and you can see if I click the paper here, it says that I'm on 12 by 12. So all I think I want to do is just put her name on it. So I'm going to click on the alphabet. Click there, and capital T-E-R-I. I'm going to off click over here so I don't have that around there anymore. I like to go ahead and come over here and fill it in with black, and then come over here and do the line in black just so I can really see what this is looking like. And the other thing I like to do is go through up here and click this arrow down next to all of the my fonts and see what I like. For instance, you know, if you don't know how well it's going to look, because sometimes it would look really cute over here, but then when you come over here, it's something about that particular alphabet, one of the letters that you don't really care for, and you could see that you won't like it. So I'm going to scroll down here. Look at this. There's that one. I remember I made her something before, and she really likes that's cute too. Ooh, I like that. So Beautiful Morning, I'll have to remember that. Some fonts I get in the Silhouette Design store, and some I just go online and download them. I think she likes the R and the other one better. No, it's too thin. I like something a little more bold. Happy Land. There, I think she likes this one here. Okay, I clicked it, and you can see that it shows me the width of this is 1.686 inches. So if I head over here, this one here opens the transform panel. This is all about your sizes. I want to click this one here and lock the dimensions so that if I increase the width, it will increase the height proportionately. So if I go over here, and let's say I do 3.75 inches, I'm going to hit tab. Now it automatically adjusts the height, and there we go. Now it's automatically the right size for this project. So I have to think about this. Do I really want that as big as I can get it? I think I'm going to come back and do it at 3.5 and apply. So there we go. Now the thing about heat transfer vinyl is you want to reverse your image. So I'm clicking it. I'm going to right click and say flip horizontally, because it cuts it out, and then you have to flip it over to iron it onto your project. Another way, if I undo this right now, undo that, well, undo, there we go, is when I send this, when I select up here that I'm doing it on vinyl, sometimes it will ask, are you sure you don't want to do a mirror image? So I'm going to come back to my my design, click it, right click it, and hit flip horizontally. Another thing I like to do with heat transfer vinyl is to grab a rectangle and put that around it to cut out. You'll see why when we do the project. Now I'm going to come over to send, and you see all the red lines is where this is going to cut. Now I don't know if you can see this, but I see that where the E and the R connects right there and the R and the I connects, it's overlapped letters. So let's go back to design. I'm going to move this for a minute, and I'm going to highlight that, right click it, and say weld. What that does is kind of glues all of the letters together so it's one solid piece. Now let's go back to send and see if I see those. These are nice and smooth now. There is no double cut. What would have happened was it would have cut through each of the letters there, and it might have had kind of a funny look. So this way it will peel off well, it would heat well. Okay, so everything's fine. I'm going to click this. This is what material you're cutting through. I'm going to select vinyl and glossy. That's what I'm going to use. And it automatically, hit cut, and then it automatically sets the blade depth and the force and speed. If you're not sure whether it's good enough, you can always run a test after you connect the Cameo to your computer. Mine is not connected at the moment. I will connect it, and then we'll go downstairs and connect it and show you what to do next. First thing is you want to make sure your blade is set for what this says. Okay, let's go downstairs and let's connect. Okay, I'm in the basement. It's kind of dark down here, I'm sorry, but you can see now that if I move my cursor, it says the Cameo is ready. That means that I have connected mine to the computer. Come over here. I have laid the heat transfer vinyl color side down onto my cutting mat. I did make sure that my blade was set at 1, which is what the computer said, and I don't have to say browse. I'm just going to come over here and select send. And this is going to cut my image for me. Now it's cutting the rectangle around the word. Okay. All I have to do now is to click unload. Oops. And it comes out of the machine. Okay, now let's head over to my desk where we're going to finish this project. Okay, so what I did was I cut out a couple pieces of cardboard to fit in here, and that will raise the surface up off of the seam so that when I press it, I'll be getting a true press and instead of having the seam stick up and stop my easy press from going down all the way. And so I don't think I'm going to worry about some parchment paper in there. I may or may not. So this is the vinyl. I cut around my rectangle, and now I'm going to weed or pull away everything that's not part of the design. So in other words, what I want, Terry, is going to stay on here and everything else is going to come off. You can put this on a light pad to help you with that, or you can just start pulling. This is a tool that I got from Harbor Freight. I want to pull these itty bitty. You want to make sure you don't scratch the actual design, because you won't be able to really fix that. Okay, so now I want to show you why I did the rectangle around it. It gives me a nice surface here. Okay, so when I put this down, I'm still going to fix that lead, but when I put this down on this to iron, all of this will iron on too, so I still have to cut that off. Okay, let me get this one letter fixed up here. And I'm going to look up the settings. I think I'm going to put it a little lower just because when you gather this up, it's going to wrinkle the top of the bag. Okay, let's head upstairs. Okay, now I'm upstairs and I have this, which is an iron pad. It does have a quilted design on it, which means that it's not completely flat, so if you're doing something delicate like a shirt, you might get these ridges showing through and you won't get a good seal on your vinyl, but since I have this cardboard here, it's not going to cause me any problems. I have this Easy Press settings. I'm going to go with guessing it's cotton canvas, and if I look at standard light and come down to cotton canvas, looks like 270 degrees for 40 seconds, and that's what I have this set for, 270 degrees for 40 seconds. Okay, so let's come around, put this on there, and push the little cricket thing, and it will start counting down. Let's see if I can get that on camera. Okay, it's off. Oh, I just turned it on again. I just turned it off. No, I need to turn it back on. That wasn't very bright of me. Okay, I'm going to let this cool just a little bit before I pull that off. I like to make sure it's really adhered. Then I'm going to test, make sure it's not coming off. And I pulled this sideways, not straight up. Okay, so that's the image. I'm going to turn it around and give it a quick zap on the other side. Just hold it down there to make sure I get good heat there. It's still about 270. I didn't bother with the timer. Okay, turn that off and we are good to go. Isn't that adorable? And I love how it matches the little dots here. Thank you for watching. Leave me your questions and comments in the comment space down below, and make sure you look down below also under this video for any links that you might need.